Anthony Carleo. In an exclusive phone interview, Carleo tells us, in his own words, how he became one of Vegas's most notorious criminals.
I don't know if you've ever been on a gambling binge or lost a significant amount of money, but dude, you start losing it, you chase.
With those losses mounting, Carleo is desperate. He concocts a bold plan to capture a cash jackpot.
Your heart's beating or you're short of breath. A roller coaster ride of adrenaline.
On his motorcycle, Carleo cuts through Vegas traffic with ease. He pulls into the Suncoast Casino.
I basically want to get in and get out in as little time as possible.
The Suncoast is a West Las Vegas hotel casino that's usually frequented by the local neighborhood people.
Leaving the engine running, Carleo walks directly to the cage. Dressed entirely in black with a motorbike helmet, he pulls a pistol from his waistband.
I chose the Suncoast because A, I knew there was going to be a lot of money there, and B, I knew it would be easy to get in and out. At the end of the day, 45 steps into the casino and the same 45 steps out the door.
Told the cashier to reach into the drawer, grab stacks of cash, put it into a bag.
No security guards try to stop him.
It's better to let people have the money. That's really the policy, is to let that happen, because weapons are a liability. You could have somebody wrongfully shoot somebody. So in the end, we'll just call the police. Let them handle it. That's their job. That's what they do.
In just minutes, it's over. Carleo heads into the neon night with almost $20,000.
Once you pull out of the parking lot, and you hit the road, you arrive in the safety of your own home. You're sitting there looking at 20 grand, and it's like, oh, wow, that wasn't that bad.
Carleo hits so hard and fast, Vegas is caught off guard. And since his bike helmet and visor make him unidentifiable, the police are left with no clues. Just 5 days later, once again, Carleo gets on his bike and rolls down the heart of the Vegas Strip. This time, he pulls into the opulent Bellagio Hotel and Casino.
I literally parked my motorcycle facing the street. I waved to the security guard.
Carleo jogs into the casino, but the cage is too far away to reach quickly, so he heads to the high-end gaming tables.
Literally just walked up to the back of the table. I told everybody to move. I started grabbing the chips, shoving them in my bag.
Went straight for the high-dollar casino chips, which were the cranberry-colored ones, valued at $25,000. He also grabbed several white ones, which were valued at $5,000.
I can tell you this with almost a moral certainty that had there been more of a presence of security there, I probably would not have had the guts to walk in there. I was also aware that of the fact that they do not carry firearms. It shouldn't have been that easy, but unfortunately, it was.
This time, Carleo takes off with more than $1 million worth of chips. Although the chips are embedded with RFID identification devices, they can only be tracked inside the casino. Outside, the tracking devices stop working.
I was actually pursued by a police officer for a period of time. They chased me. It was very short-lived because I was on a motorcycle. I was probably doing 115 to 125 miles an hour.
Carleo disappears into the night. When investigators look into Carleo's background, they find an unlikely stick-up guy. Carleo is the son of a Las Vegas judge, but he grows up in Pueblo, Colorado with his mother. After moving to Las Vegas in 2009, he enrolls at UNLV to pursue his childhood dream of becoming a physician. He has no criminal record, but in his first semester at college, Carleo gravitates to the casinos.
I was playing at a $2 to $5 Texas Hold'em game, and they go up from there.
Place your bets, place your
I was playing craps. There was nights I'd go in and $5,000 to $6,000 playing craps.
7 out 7.
Go up and down. You have good days and bad days.
When detectives check his bank records, they discover no reportable income other than a grant check from UNLV for $4,000. From an informant, they also learned that after a car wreck earlier that year, Carleo had been prescribed the narcotic painkiller oxycodone. Anthony Carleo certainly fits a profile of someone desperate enough to steal, but police don't have enough evidence to arrest him. But if it is him, it means there's a gambler with a drug habit and a gun looking to break even. He has an ace in the hole, the $25,000 chips, but cashing them in would be risky.
I didn't intend to grab as many of the big chips that I ended up grabbing. My intent was to grab the $5,000 chips and anything under that amount.
With so many stolen high-end chips on the street, the Bellagio takes action and discontinues the $25,000 chips. A few days later, he returns to the Bellagio and gets comped a room and meals. When he cashes out more money than he wins, Bellagio's security staff suspects he's using the stolen chips. They notify Metro Police and Nevada Gaming. Carleo's losing streak continues. Sooner or later, he might make a play using one of the $25,000 cranberries that everyone is watching for.
The only way that I could redeem the chips was to either gamble them or exchange them for cash.
To avoid being caught, Carleo attempts to fence the hot chips online.
From day one, I knew that I should have thrown them away. Despite that, I had a hard time throwing $1 million of chips away. It's kind of cool to look at $1 million of chips, whether they were worthless or they had any value whatsoever.
He posts several messages in poker-playing chat rooms.
That was one of the crazy things. He was going, these online poker sites, trying to figure out how to get rid of them.
Though audacious, Carleo's behavior lacks the sophistication of a professional felon.
He even posted a photo of a couple of the cranberry chips, and he called himself the Biker Bandit. He was pretty much saying, "It's me, come and get me."
Police get an anonymous tip that Anthony Carleo is calling himself the Biker Bandit, and he's trying to sell his $25,000 cranberry chips for $10,000 cash. Police finally have what they need to set him up. An undercover detective contacts Carleo, posing as a buyer for the stolen chips.
I let myself be vulnerable, I guess, and I trusted people I shouldn't have trusted. That was probably due to greed on some level. It's hard to turn $10,000 away for a piece of plastic in your pocket.
Just a few days later, the trap is set.
Carleo brought in several chips. The undercover cop promised him $100,000. And then when Carleo left the chips, that was it for Mr. Carleo.
The next day, Vegas Metro Police announce Carleo's arrest to the news media.
We want to send a clear message to those who think that they can come to Las Vegas, commit a robbery using a weapon, and get away with it is sadly mistaken.
Anthony Carleo pleads guilty to the casino robberies and is sentenced to serve between 8 and 27 years in prison. From Lovelock Prison in Nevada, 30-year-old Anthony Carleo reflects on his crimes.
I had an excellent life. I was on the right track. Here I am, going to lose nearly a decade of my life. They could have gave me $10 million to come to 10 years in prison, and I would say, you're crazy. The one thing that can't be replaced is time. Everything else is replaceable.